All right, guys, Beowulf 30. Beowulf 30. The whole tale of how I killed him, repaid him in kind for all the evil he'd done, would take too long. Your people, my prince, were honored in the doing. He escaped, found a few minutes of life, but his hand, his whole right arm, stayed in Herat. The miserable creature crept away, dropped to the bottom of his lake, half dead as he fell. When the sun had returned, the Danes' great king poured out treasure, repaid me in hammered gold for the bloody battle I'd fought in his name. He ordered a feast. There were songs and the telling of tales. One ancient Dane told of a told of long dead times, and sometimes Hrothgar himself, with the harp in his lap, stroked its silvery strings and told wonderful stories. A brave king reciting unhappy truths about good and evil, and sometimes he wove his stories on the mournful thread of old age, remembering buried strength and the battles it had won. He would weep, the old king, wise with many winters, remembering what he'd done once, what he'd seen, what he knew, and so we sat the day away feasting. Then darkness fell again, and Grendel's mother was waiting, ready for revenge, hating the Danes for her son's death. The monstrous hag succeeded, burst boldly into Herat and killed Escher, one of the king's oldest and wisest soldiers. But when the sun shone once more, the death-weary Danes could not build a pyre and burn his beloved body, lay him on flaming logs, return ashes to dust. She'd carried away his corpse, brought it to her den deep in the water. Hrothgar had wept for many of his men, but this time his heart melted. This was the worst. He begged me in your name, half weeping as he spoke, to seek still greater glory deep in the swirling waves, to win still higher fame and the gifts he would give me. Down in that surging lake I sought and found her, the horrible hag, fierce and wild. We fought, clutching and grasping. The water ran red with blood, and at last, with the mighty sword that had hung on the wall, I cut off her head. I had barely escaped with my life. My death was not written. And the Danes' protector, Halfdane's great son, heaped up treasures and precious jewels to reward me. Talking about defeating the old hag, Grendel's mother.